You know that feeling when a game is so good it leaves you speechless, wishing you could experience it all over again? What if I told you there are 15 hidden gems out there that can do just that? Games that went unnoticed but are absolute masterpieces waiting to be discovered. Without further ado, let's take a look at these games. Okay, let's start with Pray for the Gods. Imagine Shadow of the Colossus, but set in a frozen, unforgiving world. That's exactly what this game offers, a chilling, epic adventure where you play as a lone warrior battling towering bosses in a vast, snow-covered landscape. You'll climb these massive creatures, searching for weak points while managing your stamina, hunger, and the brutal cold that constantly threatens to defeat you. The open world is both breathtaking and punishing, filled with danger at every turn. If you love taking on giants in cinematic, heart-pounding battles, Pray for the Gods will give you that same awe-inspiring feeling as Shadow of the Colossus, but with the added challenge of a hostile, frozen world. This is a game that tests your endurance, strategy, and bravery, an unforgettable experience for anyone who loves epic boss fights and open-world exploration. Imagine a game inspired by Tim Burton's dark fairy tales, where fate is decided by the roll of a magical dice. That's Lost in Random, a unique blend of strategy, action, and adventure that feels like a twisted journey through a fantastical world. Every battle in Lost in Random is influenced by the roll of the dice, adding a layer of unpredictability and strategy to each encounter. The world you explore is as bizarre as it is beautiful, with strange characters, eerie environments, and a story that feels like it was pulled straight from the pages of a dark fantasy novel. It's a place where every corner hides a new, unsettling discovery, and the line between whimsy and terror is always blurred. If you're someone who loves games with unique mechanics, immersive world building, and a touch of the surreal, Lost in Random is a hidden treasure waiting to be explored. It's a game that takes you on a journey unlike any other, where magic, danger, and mystery are always just one dice roll away. If you miss the old-school dungeon crawlers from the PS1 era, Lunacid is a true love letter to that genre. Drawing heavy inspiration from classics like King's Field and Shadow Tower, this game plunges you into a dark, melancholic world teeming with bizarre creatures, eerie ruins, and cryptic storytelling that keeps you on edge throughout. The combat is slow and deliberate, where every strike matters, demanding patience and precision. The tension builds with each move you make, and the atmosphere is pure PS1 era magic, gritty, haunting, and completely immersive. The world of Lunacid feels like a forgotten, cursed place, where each new area brings its own set of chilling discoveries and twisted mysteries. It's weird, unsettling, and engrossing in the best possible way. If you're someone who loves games that transport you to a world so fully realized, you can almost feel the weight of its history, Lunacid is an absolute must-try. Now, let's dive into some sci-fi horror. Signalis is what you'd get if Silent Hill and Resident Evil had a cyberpunk baby, and it's every bit as chilling as that sounds. Set in a dystopian future, you step into the shoes of a synthetic android on a quest to find a lost crew member in a mysterious facility overrun by grotesque horrors. The atmosphere? It's profoundly unsettling, with a sense of isolation that lingers in every dark corridor and twisted room. The gameplay is a perfect mix of survival horror, puzzle solving, and psychological tension, keeping you on edge the entire time. What makes Signalis truly stand out is its deep symbolism and cryptic storytelling, weaving a narrative full of mind-bending twists that will keep you questioning everything long after you've completed it. The world is layered with mystery, encouraging you to piece together its dark secrets. If you're a fan of classic survival horror with a retro futuristic twist, Signalis is pure gold, a haunting, unforgettable journey into the unknown. Graven is a dark fantasy first-person adventure that seamlessly blends magic, melee, and classic shooter action into a world that feels like a cross between Hexen and Dark Messiah. It's a game that takes you back to the roots of FPS action while delivering a fresh, immersive experience. The combat is gritty and dynamic. You'll wield spells, swords, and staffs to take down cultists, grotesque monsters, and terrifying eldritch horrors in fast-paced, visceral battles. The levels themselves are sprawling and full of hidden secrets, puzzles, and lore just waiting to be uncovered, offering plenty of depth for those who love to explore every corner of a game world. Graven captures that nostalgic, old-school PC game vibe, but with modern polish and attention to detail, making it a perfect choice for anyone who loves immersive, atmospheric FPS games. Whether you're a fan of brutal combat or intricate exploration, Graven has something something to keep you hooked from start to finish. Let's slow things down with something peaceful and artistic. Eastshade. Forget combat, forget danger. This is a game about exploration, beauty, and creativity. You play as a traveling painter, roaming a breathtaking open world, capturing landscapes on canvas instead of fighting enemies. The world is filled with charming NPCs, relaxing music, and a sense of serenity that's rare in gaming. Instead of grinding levels or fighting bosses, you complete quests by painting the world around you, discovering its secrets, and helping its inhabitants. If you love games that let you just exist and take in the scenery, Eastshade is a one-of-a-kind experience that will leave you feeling refreshed. Ever wondered what it would be like to play a single-player game set inside an MMO? That's Crosscode for you. This action RPG throws you into a massive online world, but instead of dealing with real players, everything is part of the game's lore. You play as Leah, a girl who wakes up inside this MMO without any memory of who she is or why she's there. The only way forward? Fighting, exploring, and uncovering the truth. The combat is fast, fluid, and insanely fun. Think Zelda mixed with Diablo, dodging, shooting, slashing, and combining skills in lightning-fast battles. The game's world is huge, full of puzzles, hidden quests, and deep RPG mechanics. And the best part? The story is way deeper than you'd expect. It's not just a fun RPG, it's a game with heart, mystery, and emotional weight. If you love pixel art, fast combat, and deep storytelling, Crosscode is a hidden gem you need to experience. If Dark Souls and Castlevania had a baby in a twisted gothic nightmare, it would be Blasphemous. This dark fantasy Metroidvania is as brutal as it is beautiful, plunging players into a world of nightmarish horrors and unforgiving combat. You take on the role of the Penitent One, a cursed warrior doomed to eternal suffering, as you navigate a grotesque world inspired by Spanish religious iconography and medieval horror. Every corner is filled with twisted figures, blood-soaked monks, and monstrous creatures that feel as though they've been ripped straight from a fever dream. The combat is precise, punishing, and deeply satisfying. Every strike lands with weight. Every dodge feels vital, and when you finally bring down a colossal boss after multiple attempts, the sense of triumph is unmatched. The difficulty is real, but so is the payoff. And if you think Blasphemous was intense, Blasphemous 2 takes it even further. The sequel expands on everything that made the original great. Deeper lore, even more brutal combat, and a new, richly detailed world. The Penitent One returns, but this time the stakes are higher, and the horrors even more grotesque. With new abilities, enemies, and environments, Blasphemous 2 builds on the legacy of the first game, while introducing fresh challenges that will push you to your limits. Both games are a must for fans of dark fantasy and tough-as-nails gameplay. Let's slow things down with something peaceful and cozy. A short hike is exactly what it sounds like, a soothing, heartwarming adventure that invites you to explore a small, serene, open world at your own pace. The game is all about simple pleasures, chatting with quirky NPCs, taking in the beautiful surroundings, and enjoying every moment of the journey. There's no combat, no rush, just pure exploration and good vibes. Glide through the skies, fish by a tranquil lake, or sit atop a cliff, taking in the stunning sunset. It's the kind of game that feels like a warm hug in digital form, offering a much-needed break from the hustle of everyday life. If you're looking for something to relax with after a long day, a short hike is the perfect way to unwind and recharge. If survival games are your thing, but you want something that's brutal, unforgiving, and deeply immersive, Pathologic 2 is next level. You're a doctor in a plague-ridden town, racing against time to save as many people as possible. Every decision matters. Who do you help, and who do you leave behind? Food is scarce, medicine is rare, and time is your biggest enemy. This game doesn't hold your hand. It throws you into the deep end and expects you to swim. The atmosphere is intense, the storytelling is brilliant, and every choice carries weight. It's tough, but if you can handle the challenge, Pathologic 2 is one of the most rewarding experiences out there. Now, let's switch gears to something more heartfelt and action-packed. Children of Morta is a roguelike dungeon crawler, but instead of playing as a lone hero, you control an entire family of warriors. Each family member has their own fighting style, ranged, melee, magic, and as you progress, you're not just leveling up characters, you're leveling up their relationships. It's a game about family, love, sacrifice, and legacy, all wrapped in a gorgeous pixel art world. And here's the kicker. It has one of the best co-op experiences in the genre. If you love games that combine tight combat with deep storytelling, Children of Morta is an absolute gem. Ever had a dream so unsettling that it stuck with you for days? Little Nightmares 2 is that feeling in game form. This is a horror platformer where you play as Mono, a small kid in a world that feels way too big and way too dangerous. The atmosphere is insanely creepy, and the game constantly throws you into tense, heart-pounding chases where you're just a step away from being caught. And the ending? No spoilers, but let's just say it hits hard. This is the kind of game that stays with you. A hauntingly beautiful nightmare that you'll be thinking about long after the credits roll. You ever play a game that messes with your head long after you finished it? That's Soma for you. On the surface, it looks like a sci-fi horror game. Deep-sea research facility, creepy robots. Something has gone horribly wrong, but underneath all the scares is one of the most philosophically intense stories in gaming. What does it mean to be human? What happens when consciousness and technology collide? How far would you go to survive? This isn't just about running from monsters, though, yeah, there are some terrifying ones. It's about unraveling a deep, emotional, existential crisis that will leave you questioning everything. If you loved BioShock or Amnesia, Soma is an absolute must-play. A Roman city stuck in a time loop, a mysterious golden rule that turns sinners into statues. And you're dropped right in the middle of it with only one way out, solving the mystery before everything resets again. This is The Forgotten City, a game that started as a Skyrim mod and evolved into one of the best narrative-driven games out there. Every choice matters. Every conversation could be the key to uncovering the truth, and there are multiple endings based on your actions. Think of it as a detective game, but in ancient Rome, with a touch of supernatural intrigue. If you love games where your choices genuinely matter, this is one you can't miss. And finally, the #1 game on our list, Outer Wilds. Before we dive in, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more awesome game recommendations. Outer Wilds is a space exploration adventure with a mind-bending time loop twist. Every 22 minutes, the universe resets, and you wake up on a small planet with no memory of what just happened. Your only mission? To figure out what the heck is going on. There's no traditional combat, no mission markers, and no hand-holding. Just you, your spaceship, and a vast, mysterious solar system brimming with secrets to uncover. You'll explore ancient ruins, discover hidden messages from a lost civilization, and slowly piece together the truth behind the endless loop. The soundtrack is hauntingly beautiful, and the story? It's nothing short of a masterpiece. If you love exploration, discovery, and games that leave you with lasting memories, Outer Wilds is easily one of the most unique and unforgettable experiences you'll ever have in gaming.